Are you hoarding your spiritual gifts and talents? The more you share, the more you receive. The more people you help, the more successful you become. I don't know how many people I've met along my journey who have been extremely talented, what I would consider much more talented than I am in many areas, whether they were writers or artists of some sort, or graphic designers, or poets, orators, any of those areas. I've always centered myself around people who were somewhat in their spiritual giftings and using those spiritual gifts. But what I noticed is that many were caught up on whether or not someone was going to steal an idea from them, or being afraid or ashamed to share the gift with other people, and or not realizing how talented they are in a specific area. Many of you are hiding what was meant to flow through you and out to the world. When you hoard your spiritual gifts and talents, you stop the natural circulation of abundance. Most of our abundance flows through those natural gifts, those spiritual gifts, those things that we bring to the world that are uniquely connected to who we are and who we have become in this experience. Most of our abundance is showered upon us when we get into a groove or a consistency to where we are not afraid to share what we know, to where we are not afraid to give to people what they need from us at any given time when it comes to our spiritual gifts, or we are not afraid to take it into every aspect and area of our lives. Many people are living double lives when it comes to their spiritual gifts, because they're like in a workplace doing one thing and working for companies with values that are very different from the actual spiritual giftings. They go home, they have accounts on social media, and they become a different person. Yet, most of those worlds are never combined. So for much of the day, they're often not operating in their heart space and from their heart. The more you share, the more you expand. The more you pour into others, the more you are poured into. What I've learned from the Creator, what I've learned from Source Energy, what I've learned from the universe is that when you become an excellent vessel, you become one of the most important options for whatever that spiritual gift is. When we become a vessel, we are opening ourselves up and saying, allow these gifts to flow through me so that I can share with the world and bring my light to other spaces, and so that I can inspire others, that I can make others feel good about who they are, so that much of the love and appreciation that I spread into the world can be multiplied and expanded just because I became a worthy vessel. Your energy, your love, and your wisdom was never meant to be stockpiled. They are meant to be circulated. You are a powerful spiritual vessel. Many people learn so much about the universe. They learn so much about source energy. They learn so much about the Creator. And yet, they're still not emptying themselves out in order to share what they've gleaned with the world in whatever shape, fashion, or form their spiritual gifts show up in. It is not limited to specific ways. We can see it when people dance. We can see it when people sing. We can see it when people have conversations with others on the street. We can see it even in the way someone does a job, if they are bringing their full selves into that space, if they're sharing and doing their work from their heart space. If you become a vessel all day in your life, in every area of your life, the universe has no choice but to keep pouring into you, because you continue to empty out and pour into others. Share without worry about return on investment, ROI. It's not your job to make anything happen in your life. We should not be sharing our talents and skill sets thinking all the time, what am I going to get in return for this? It's never your job to make it happen. Your job is only to share your spiritual gifts. Sharing your spiritual gifts is an act of generosity. Every act of generosity magnifies your growth. It is inevitable that you will receive beautiful gifts from the universe when you share, when you are generous. I've been on this road for many, many, many years now, written several books that people have told me have helped them through so many situations, even the fiction books I've written, because they still have deep stories and deep themes of redemption and expansion and growth. I've put out many, many blogs over the years, written so much, sent out email blasts. I was that person for many, many years. And then now currently the area that I've chosen to allow my vessel to flow through is this channel. And what I can tell you in all of this time, I've never fallen. I've always been carried, and I've always had more than enough. And I was going to say this is not a brag or a boast, but it is. It's a brag or a boast on when you tap into source, when you tap into the creator and you allow yourself to be a vessel for what you uniquely can bring with your spiritual gifts. Even when it looks grim or it looks like something is not going to work out, it will work out. Because you're not just showing up for yourself. You're not just showing up in a selfish mindset or a very self-centered mindset. You're showing up in a mindset of, how many people can I help today? What can I share today that might brighten the world? How can I shed my light in this area and expand and grow and change every environment I go into for the better? I am living proof that you don't have to worry about making anything happen. You don't have to worry about someone stealing your ideas. You don't have to worry about what do I get if I put this much time and energy in. It will inevitably show up in your life, whether that's through peace, whether that's through financial abundance, whether that's through people giving you things and sharing things with you, them shedding their own light on the world in their spiritual gifts, whether that's accolades of some sort, and whether it's general comfort and maintenance in this life we are living here. Your spiritual gifts, whether it's painting, writing, singing, wisdom, dance, or even oration, sharing your voice and your experience, that is your gift. When we give, we not only help ourselves, we help others. There is no need to prioritize monetization of your spiritual gifts. Once you become an abundant vessel for source energy, you will inevitably receive all of the abundance the universe has to offer. So many people wander around cheapening their spiritual gifts by slapping a price tag on it before they have truly developed that gift, before they truly understand the importance of themselves being a vessel. Now, that may be a part of their journey, but say you get started with sharing some spiritual gift that you have and there's no financial abundance that comes from it. It's not a good idea to think that this gift isn't valuable because I am not able to monetize it today. The gift truly is valuable, and monetization is not the marker for the value that you bring to others. Monetization is a latent effect. Once you have shown up and been consistent, once you are spreading your energy in the right places with the right attitude and mindset, once you are creating some level of abundance, peace, or expansion in the lives of others, source energy will inevitably give all of the abundance the universe has to offer. The true secret is this. If we want to talk about the secret, the true secret is this. Your success, your spiritual, emotional, and even material success beyond your wildest dreams, because many times we dream very small, flows effortlessly to those who allow their gifts to move freely through them. So when you give in and you relax and you just be, and you allow those gifts to flow through you, your spiritual, emotional, and even material success beyond your wildest dreams will flow through you from the Creator. Ultimately, holding back or hoarding your spiritual gifts keeps you small. Sharing, on the other hand, makes you limitless. When you share, you are continuously emptying yourself out and using source energy, and you will continue to have great ideas, great ways to share your gifts with other people. You will be able to answer questions. You will be able to have solutions for people's problems. You will be the answer for so many people just because you showed up and allowed yourself to be a vessel for your spiritual gifts. The universe does not reward hiding. It rewards circulation. And I can say this even better. The universe does not reward hoarding. It rewards circulation. This is why so many people think that they want money. And I'm a firm believer that people don't want or need money. What they want or need are experiences, feelings connected to experiences, items in order to use in their lives, and they want the ability to do things for the people that they love and they care about around them. Most of us see money as the only way for those things to happen. But when you start sharing your gifts, you'll see that the universe, source energy, does not need to go through those little digits on the screen on your smartphone bank app. It doesn't need to go through pieces of paper that we pass around to make a transaction. It connects with other human beings. It connects with the energy. Things flow to you, whether or not that money is there or not. When people are worried about money and monetization, they're much too focused on the how. And when we get into our spiritual gifts and we become a great vessel, the last thing that's important is the how. The only thing we should be focused on is, can I help? Can I share? Can I fine-tune this gift? Can I be an excellent vessel for the Creator to share light and spread joy and freedom and gratitude and abundance into the world? The more light you give, the brighter your own light becomes. You become attractive. You become magnetic. You begin to glow. Success in its deepest form is not about accumulating the knowledge, but instead activating the knowledge. Many of us on our spiritual journeys have done so much work to take in content from creators with the right mindset, read the right books from the right environments, put ourselves in the right places, bring the right messages to ourselves no matter what, in what we read, who we interact with, who we have conversations with. But so many of us are letting it stop there. We're not taking that information and activating the knowledge, putting it to use, allowing it to flow through us into others. So ultimately, are you hoarding your spiritual gifts? Are you sharing your heart? Do you have more inside of you that you can give to this world in whatever form it shows up in, to where you can spread light, you can spread peace and abundance, and remembering the more you pour into the world, the more that will be poured into you. There's no need to be fearful of the expansion. There's no need to be fearful of the abundance. There's no need to be fearful of the responsibility. I've spent a long time in my life cultivating a very specific lifestyle, a lifestyle based on how can I live in my most authentic form while maintaining a very beautiful life. And one thing I will tell you without a doubt is I only had to worry about the former. The latter, maintaining the beautiful life, was something I've never had to truly think about. Even when I was giving it my attention and thinking about it, the problems that were being solved and the way that it was being carried out for me to maintain and continue to be a great vessel and to focus my energy in that direction, I didn't even have it worked out. Many ways in which that I was maintained and everything was sustained, and I've lived a life and been able to travel and do all types of experiences and provide a great life for my daughters. I wouldn't have never been able to tell you 5 years before that that is the way it would have happened. So when I tell you, you do not have to focus on monetizing your spiritual gifts or the maintenance of your lifestyle or the maintenance and sustenance to carry you forward. If you put all of your time and energy on how can I share my spiritual gifts? How can I be an excellent vessel? How can source energy use me to continue to spread light into this world? The rest will fall into place. Or are you hoarding your spiritual gifts? It's time to circulate. It's time to spread the abundance around. It's time to activate the knowledge that is within you, the wisdom that is within you. It's time to expand, to grow, and to show the Creator that you can be the vessel that's needed for a time like this.